very liquid in the shops. It was just difficult. So we tried and tried and tried and tried. We pushed and pushed, but it just wasn't happening. It
Wow.
wasn't happening. I think the products were, the price range was out of the range, the price range of people that we knew at the time. We were newlyweds at the time. So it just ground to a halt. It just ground to a halt, and I just left it. And then I tried again another year or two later with another business, which was a perfume, where we had a great big case that we had of different fragrances that we had to buy, and they were copies of designer perfume. And I think I only sold one bottle. That didn't work out either.
Wow.
People wanted the original. And then I joined another one in when I relocated back to Nigeria. I joined another one, GNLD, and I was successful with that one. And that's when I really got into the health supplements, because GNLD was a South African company and they had a lot of effective health supplements. I did my research on which of the supplements were good for what, and I did my research on herbs and things like that. And so I was very successful because my presentations were informative. And but I then wanted to come back to live to the UK, and it turned out that this company did not have any representation in the UK. It was just, in fact, it hadn't even got to Nigeria at that time. We were just bringing it in by road, by air from Ghana for ourselves. We weren't getting paid in Naira, we were getting paid in CD. And they hadn't opened up in Nigeria at the time. So, it was, they hadn't really grown as quickly as they should have to cater for the market that they catered for. So, moved back to the UK, and GLOD did not follow me. So I left all the work that I'd done in the previous year and a half. I left it all behind. There was nothing. I couldn't bring
Recording
my
in
team.
progress.
Couldn't bring my team. I couldn't bring anything. I just had to leave it all behind. And so I wasn't too happy about that, and that kind of put me off until I came across Longrich. And one of the questions I asked was, is this an international business? Will I be restricted to just one country, which was Nigeria at the time, or would I be able to export it to other countries? And I was told we are not bound by territory. We do have a global PV structure, which is a
Absolutely.
huge advantage, and that's what really sold it for me.
Wow. That's really quite interesting. Wow. What a good start, man. Wow. So having tried so many network marketing companies, and as you mentioned failed and all that, so why is Longrich Bioscience an option for you to partner with, and how has the journey been so far then?
The journey, well, Longreach was an option for me because I loved the products. My upline had been giving me some of the products to use. So I tried them and I really liked them. They were high quality. So that first of all made it an option for me. And then the attraction of the wins that you can have in Longreach, that was very attractive as well. It seemed to be more generous than other um, companies that I'd come across, other opportunities that I'd come across. It seemed to be more generous. So that was also very, very attractive. But what makes the business most viable is the product. That's what makes it viable for me. Because if you have great wins, if you have great rewards, but what you're selling to people or what you're explaining or informing people about doesn't work, the business doesn't really go anywhere. But
Wow.
in this case, it goes far. It goes really, really far because people are enthused when they use the product, and it's with that enthusiasm that they then share the product with other people. And
Hmm.
once they do that, your business starts to grow. Even before you know it, it starts to grow all by itself. So I
Wow.
hope I've answered the question well.
Wow, that's fantastic. It's all about the product, because that's the key thing. Offering value to people, and
Yes.
something that's really there to help them. to help them. So, and it gives them a lot of value. That's great, man. So, I'm sure your journey so far, wasn't the kind of a smooth one. It wasn't smooth. It was it must be a bit rugged.
I don't think anybody's journey in network marketing is
Hmm.
smooth. Don't let anybody. If anybody's listening out there and they've told you that it's easy, it's not.
Wow.
Yes, the product does sell itself. That is true, but there's also a lot of work to be done in the background. I mean, before the product even gets to be used by the user, there's a certain amount of information that you need to give to that person before they even agree to use it. People don't change their brands that easily. If they found something that they like, they tend to stick with it.
Wow.
But you now have to convince them that you have something better to offer. A product that is better than the one they're already using. It could be cheaper than the one they're already using. And then you've got the added benefit of, if you start to use it, you can use your association with this product to make a side income.
Wow. That's great, man.
Okay.
That's
Yes.
amazing. So,
Yeah.
can you tell us, man? Starting out, what were your challenges? The ups and the downs, so that people can actually, have an idea.
I'm a pioneer. I'm a pioneer in this market. So my main challenge was product availability. I mean, I started work in Longrich UK when Longrich did not exist in the UK. So that was a main challenge. Um, yes, we could do a presentation. Yes, we could register people. But the biggest problem we would have is, how do we get the product to the person? There was no warehouse here. There wasn't really any stockist here. We started off eventually with one stockist, and even that took some time. And because it was just the one stockist, they ran out of stock practically the moment it landed. Before the stock landed, they were dishing it out to people they'd already registered. So we weren't getting our stock. It was so, and then you are begging people, oh, you paid 2 months ago and you still haven't got your stock.
Wow.
I'm really sorry. Yeah. So what I did was, I registered VIP. I upgraded myself to VIP so that I had some stock on hand. So when I registered somebody, I would give them a little bit of whatever I had in my cupboard. Okay, you bought 6 toothpaste, I can give you 2. When the rest of the stock comes in, I'll give you the balance. And that's how I was doing it, just turning it over until we had another stockist. That eased things up a bit. And then within a year, I decided I was going to be a stockist myself,
Wow.
because I realized that the way to build a team effectively is to make sure that you have stock available to hand. So I traveled down to Nigeria and I signed up to be a stockist in the UK and Nigeria, so that anything you wanted to do, whether you wanted to register in Nigeria, whether you wanted to register in the UK, I had it available.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, great, man. Oh, wow. That's amazing. So, in fact, the answer you just gave actually is going to lead us into the next question I'm going to ask, because I think team building, how vital is it to network marketing profession, in your own view, and our business on the Longrich platform, man?
I suppose it depends on what your expectations are. If you're a distributor who wants this to be your first stream of income, your main stream of income, you would have to build more than one team, quite a few teams, up to even 9, 10, 12 teams, effective teams with team leaders who would be helping you out with different aspects of the building, of the business. But if you're just looking for a little extra income, well, you could probably manage your team yourself. If just a couple of customers who are buying their daily needs, their toiletries on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, you might not need too many team leaders, even though you may have people within that group of distributors who decide to become a team leader themselves, and then they start to push, with presentations, with seminars, webinars, and social media. If they start to push, then their team gets bigger and works more effectively. That may happen within your network framework. So it depends on what you want. I mean, what do you want? I mean, people do go to presentations and they hear about the wins and they get very excited. But do they really want that for themselves? If they want that for themselves, are they ready to put the effort in so that they get it? Are they ready to put the effort in so that they get it? Do they really want it for themselves? That's the big question. That's the big question. So, the enthusiasm will die down eventually anyway. And then you're left with the reality. And the reality of network marketing is that you need to work it on a daily basis. You need to follow up on a daily basis. Does this mean I don't get a day off? Oh, yes, you do. But you're the one that decided that you wanted a sustainable income, an income stream that could maybe pay your wages and leave you extra at the end of the day. So if that's what you want, then you need to work it every day. You need to give it a good 8 hours a day, making so many calls a day, making sure it happens.
Wow.
I mean, I haven't even fulfilled my quota for today. I've got so many calls to make at the end of this session because I got distracted earlier in the day by other things. So, you have to set yourself targets and goals and make sure that you fulfill them. If you don't fulfill your target or your goal today, well, you make it up tomorrow. You have to make sure that you are honest and true to yourself. If it's not working for you, it's because you're not working it. It's just, that's all it is. Either you haven't educated yourself on how to prospect, or you haven't educated yourself on how to talk about your product, because maybe you don't know much about the product, or maybe you haven't used the product, so you don't have a personal account or testimony about the product. If you haven't done all these things, then it may not work for you. But if you've done all these things and you are consistently reaching out to different people on a daily basis, you've got your warm market, the people you know, your friends and family, you've got your cold market, the people you don't know on social media, people who are watching you, you're doing your hashtags to get them in to come and have a look, to see what you're writing about, and then you're engaging with them with, in the chat forum underneath. If you're doing all that, it will work. It's about the law of averages. For every 10 people that you reach out to, you get at least one. And sometimes you get more. If you do a live seminar, if I do a live seminar, and there are 10 prospects there, at least 6 will sign up.
Wow.
Because they will see the demonstration of some of our products, which are absolutely incredible. If you see the demonstration of the pie cup, the pie water cup, it's incredible. People say, oh, I want that. I definitely want that. And that's a signature product. It's something you can throw in your bag that will generate conversation, make it easy for you to talk about network marketing in the future when you come across a stranger. And when you see a demonstration of the sanitary napkin, that's another thing that's incredible. When you see how much fluid that the Longrich version of sanitary napkin will take. Incredible. When you realize that the day use sanitary napkin for Longrich is much, much better than the night use of a popular brand, and you see that in a demonstration. It blows you away, and you don't see any reason why you will not want to use a higher quality napkin. So yes, live demonstrations do pull in numbers because they get to see with their own eyes. They see the evidence. It's right before them.
Absolutely.
This is not hearsay. This is not what somebody said. This is what I saw with my own 2 eyes. So there's no reason for you not to decide to switch to that brand after you've seen that it really does work.
Wow.
Okay.
Exactly, ma. Actually, you've even answered, one of the questions that I would have asked you. That I mean, how is it so important for people to actually switch their brand?
Okay.
You've talked so much about the products, the value in which they can get through the products, and that's exactly what makes it very, very unique, and especially on this our platform. So many people's belief system is such that they see network marketing as a pyramid scheme. And I stand to disagree, with that. Or they see it as a scam and not as a profession with huge potentials, So what's your take on this? How can you actually educate people that, look, this, if you know what you're doing, actually, this works?
Okay. I know there are some schemes out there that are pyramid schemes, and I know that there are some schemes out there, some companies out there that are scamming people. But when we look at the framework for that Longrich has put in place, the compensation plan, we see that it's not a pyramid scheme. It doesn't rob Peter to pay Paul. And we can also see how the company has created different types of bonuses, different types of rewards for different things. So just because you're a member and you've got some things that, numbers under you, doesn't mean that you will get particular bonuses. So for instance, let's say you didn't do your, what we call the 30 PV, which is buying products worth 30 points in a particular cycle. Then you cut off two bonuses. You cut off the retail bonus. You also cut off the leadership bonus. Okay, that means if you're not buying your 30 PV every month, it means you're probably not loyal to the brand. You are buying other products to use in the house because we're selling daily needs. And you should run out of toothpaste. You should run out of your soap or body wash. You should run out of your roll-on. If you don't buy these things from the company, that means you're buying them from someone else. But you're enjoying the bonuses from the company. So the company says, buy 30 PV once a month, 30 points, which is not a lot of money, just for your daily needs. If you're somebody who takes supplements, your calcium, your vitamin C, buy it from us. And we will reward you with something else. Now, when you start to earn big, the 5% that the company puts away for you on a weekly basis should be enough to cover that 30 PV anyway. So I have got about 2-3 codes that I do not pay out of my pocket for the 30 points every week. I don't pay it. I just go to my e-wallet, which is where the money is saved on a weekly basis. And by the end of the month, by the end of the cycle, I will have enough saved there to buy my points, to buy what I need. So, these are little things that have been put in place that show this is not a pyramid scheme. The company is not out to rip you off. If the company was out to rip you off, which many companies are doing, they're raping, excuse that word, they rape Africa, because Africa has what we call the power of number. And network marketing businesses are based on leverage. You leverage on your social network. Yeah. So we have the power of number, and we are a people. Africans generally are sociable. They're very social in nature. They connect with each other. We connect in schools. We connect at home with our family members, with relatives. We don't cut off relationships with cousins and aunts and uncles. We maintain these relationships over time. We've got the old school association. We're all in chat rooms, and I'm on so many different schools that I went to, and things like that. We're social beings. So we are the ideal market for network marketing, and many companies have come into Africa to rape the land, to rape the people. When Longrich, or Longrich, as they are called in China, when they came in, what they did is they looked around and they've deposited a factory to cater for us. So we don't have to wait for importation from China, for instance. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Bless you.
We don't have to wait for importation from China. We now have a factory that they've invested $140 million in Africa. They could have put $140 million in China or another South Asian country, but they brought it to Africa. This is a company that has come to stay. This is a company that is not raping the land. This is a company that is giving back to the people. At least 1,000 people will be employed by the Longrich factory that is situated in Lekki Free Trade Zone, Lagos. 1,000 people, that's creating employment opportunities for people in the land where they are based. So this is not a pyramid scheme. This is now our 9th year, I think, in Africa, that we've been established, and we're still going strong.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So that means there's hope for everyone who is willing to take action, to be part of this wonderful opportunity. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Let's come back home now. The UK.
The UK market. Okay.
Because I believe this is one of the um, questions that might be going on in the mind of so many distributors or members, in within the UK market. So, um, what's the future of Longrich UK market? What does it really mean to us, and by extension to other European countries?
Well, we are still building the Longrich UK market. It's a work in progress, I would say. I mean, just this week we launched our starter combo. We've been asking for that for a very long time. It finally got approved by HQ, and it was launched into the market this week. We are asking also for a rich pack promo. We don't know when that will be approved. We don't know how long we have to wait. So it's
Wow.
work in progress. I mean, and also when we look at goods, I mean, we're still working on the napkins and the panty liners. Those are the packaging is almost done on those. I think it's just been approved by
Wow.
trading standards. Vitamin C, that's been approved. So when the next container comes in, these are products that will be there.
Wow.
That will be in the containers that are coming in. So we are adding products gradually. We are not deliberately being slow. It's just that there are lots of boxes to tick,
Absolutely.
and then we also have to make sure that we have that the volume of the product that we're asking for is actually required in the UK market, because there are some goods that we haven't really tuned into in the UK market. So, for instance, the anti-dandruff shampoo, for some reason, we haven't tuned into it, and it's very, very effective. It's very, very effective. People don't hardly ever ask for it. They buy the 2-in-1 shampoo instead. Maybe because we have a choice. We've just chosen one and forgotten the other. But the other one is very, very good. So, there are products that are still coming in. We keep on, pushing, ticking all the boxes, the trading standards and so on, and the Food Development Agency, and then it's got to go to the printers. We've got to design the label to suit the UK market. It's got to be the right font size. It's got to have the right address on it. The list just goes on and on and on. What needs to be done before it finally gets made in China and it hits a container, and then it spends another 2 months or whatever before it gets here.
Wow.
And then there's a big backlog that you've got in the wharf because of the pandemic. The backlog in the seaport is huge. It's
Wow.
absolutely huge, yeah, because of due to the pandemic. So it takes a while before even when it gets approved, it still takes another couple of months before it actually hits our warehouse and gets distributed to the different stockists. So there are lots of long processes in place. But the UK market, yes, we are coming up, and we can reach out to the indigents of the land as well, because things are in place. We've got the website that we can use to advertise. We now have lots of successes and lots of wins as well. So yeah.
Wow. It can only get better. Thank you for all you're doing, with the team in the UK to make things happen for us. We are so grateful. Thank you so much, man. Wow. So, let's talk about mindset. People's mindset, people's expectation. When it comes to network marketing, what do you think should be people's expectation, their mindset when joining a network marketing profession? How should they prepare their mind? It's like someone trying to venture into uncharted territories or waters. There's so much that goes on. Will it work? Will it not work? And it tends to like hold people back. So, what do you think? How can people, or how can we prepare people's mind? When they want to come into the business to build with us.
Okay. So the mindset that is required is a very positive one. Positivity. If anybody's writing anything down, please hold on to that. You need to be positive because yes, there will be some hard knocks along the way, but that's just life. And remember that when you come into a network marketing business, you are starting off your own independent business, and you're responsible for everything. You pay your taxes, you do your own advertising, you store your own goods, you do your own deliveries. You're running your own business, but with a very small startup cost. Your startup cost is the cost of your registration, and now that we've got the starter combo, it can be as small as £26.80. £26.80 could set you up to be a millionaire in another 10 years' time, maybe even less. So very small startup costs will help you establish a business as you continue to share the product and the compensation plan with the opportunities to people around you. And you teach and train so that they do exactly the same. Expectations, well, yes, you must remain positive, but be prepared to receive rejections. Many people have joined other network marketing companies and they have not been successful, and what was promised did not get delivered. So people are skeptical. So be ready for that. That is just normal. So this is why we suggest, why don't you just go in through the product? Let people fall in love with the product first. And when they do fall in love with the product, then it is easier to talk to them about the business opportunity that lies beyond the product. Okay? So talk about the product first. Suggest use of the product first. If you have to give out free products, well, that's part of your business costs. So do what you need to do to get people interested in your brand of toothpaste or your brand of soap or body wash or whatever.
Wow.
The rejection is the big thing. Don't let it budge you. It is normal. In fact, sometimes you should set a challenge. How many no's can I get today? I want to get 10. So that means you need to ask so many people so you get 10 no's. But in your chase of your 10 no's, you will come across some yeses. And it's the yeses that will set you up to earn. So.
Wow. Amazing. Well, viewers, my wonderful, an important guest is our Mama in the UK. That she's really, a pillar for us here, and she's a 2-star director, Longrich Bioscience, and she's such an amazing personality. So, Ma, well, how important is it to have other streams of income in our current economic climate? This is huge. How important?
How important is it to have other streams of income? I think if you check your bank balance, and maybe if you check your outgoings and your ingoings, I think that should tell the story. I mean, maybe you're well off, but I didn't have anything when I came into Longrich. Wow. I did have a profession, and I earned every month, a decent salary, but just didn't cover my bills. I'm not somebody who's frivolous with money. I'm not an excessive spender, but the bills were just so high. By the time you pay your council tax, by the time you pay your car finance, by the time you pay your mortgage, your electricity bill, your gas bill, and then I had students, children who were students who were still in university, got all those allowances. The allowances that they take off you is another mortgage on its own. And if you earn over a particular amount, they get no break at all by the government. You got to pay for everything. It was just tough. It was so. I never had any leftovers, and I was in debt. A lot of debt. So for me, I needed that extra income stream, and I was looking for how to get one. I tried. I was trying. Was using my profession. Training teachers, setting up workshops. So I would travel during the holidays, do workshops, do all sorts of things. try to generate other income. Then I came across the Longrich opportunity, and I gave it a go. And the income started to come. Almost immediately, the income started coming. But what I found more exciting about my income is that it started to grow. So where I started with just 3,000 naira, it was soon 15, 16 a week, 15, 16,000 naira. And then it got to the 20s. And I just understood that it would go from the 20s to the 30s, and the 30s to the 40s,
Wow.
and the 40s to the 50s, because the business was growing. By then, the old clients I brought in were doing their repeat orders, and I also was recruiting, and they also were recruiting. So it began to expand and expand, and my income began to expand with it. It began to expand with it. And I found that very exciting. And then I'd have the odd week that I didn't earn. So I decided to get rid of that feeling, because the feeling I would have when I didn't earn would be one of disappointment. But you know what? I need to earn every week. So I would make sure that at the end of the week, there was points on my bonus leg to enable me to earn in 3 weeks' time. So I've been earning every week from Longrich since April 2016. Without fail, every week, my top code will get paid. And I now have other codes that I've added on. They all get paid every week. Because in Longrich, you have the opportunity of having more than one code in different countries. So I am so glad that I came across this opportunity. An extra income stream will allow you to be a blessing in people's lives. It will help you to achieve your dream. There'll be some things that you would have loved to be able to do. You know, in your heart, you'd like to do it, but there are financial implications you just can't afford. But when I came into the Longrich framework, I was able to do those things, and it gave me great joy. It gave me great joy also to be a blessing to many.
Wow.
So this is an opportunity that I feel people shouldn't take lightly. The code that we all have code, at least one. If you are a Longricher and you registered to buy the products, you've got a code. The code is powerful, no matter what currency it's in. It's a great tool. You can use it to sponsor people. And you can open up your back office and see where you're going to place them within your tree, so that you can become a big earner as you do that again and again, consistent. So let's look for that extra income stream so we can be a blessing to the world. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mark. This is it's just something that it's unavoidable these days, because when we look at what is happening in the lives of people, they're actually struggling, you know, and there's need for them to be able to you know, look out there for what can actually improve their financial status. Wow, thank you so much, Mark. So let's just talk about personal development. There's some that they come into you know, the business, and even when you're trying to encourage them, it's just like they don't want to do anything. And it takes leaders like you to have, you know, developed yourself personally. You know, you attend seminars, you read books, and you listen to tapes and videos that can actually help you to grow. So how is it very what's the place of personal development in network marketing? I think people need to really take it serious.
Yes, I mean, I remember that when I came into the business, I didn't really understand very much. So I started to listen to lots of different motivational videos on YouTube. I adopted Eric Worre, the famous Eric Worre,
Wow.
network marketing pro. I adopted him as a mentor. I mean, he doesn't know who I am, and I've never met him. But through his videos, I mean, when I'm listening to an Eric Worre video, I'm watching his videos with a notepad and a pen, and I'm taking notes, and I'm following the instructions that he's given. So, for instance, very early on, I did the 30-day challenge. It's a 30-minute video or so. You'll find it on YouTube, Eric Worre's 30-day challenge. I found that very, very useful. Also, if you listen to his book, Network Marketing Pro, you'll find that on YouTube as well. It's an audio book. I think it's about 5-6 hours long. I've got it on my Audible. I've got an Audible account now. And it's the first thing I downloaded to my Audible account. You definitely listen to that and have an idea of the ups and downs in network marketing. Have an idea of that, the ups and downs. So you're not too disappointed when you get a low point.
Absolutely.
Because you will rise again. You will rise again.
Exactly.
Don't stay down in the dumps for too long. Rise again. Come up. Come up out the dumps and climb up that mountain. I like to use the analogy of a mountain climber. I've done a bit of mountain climbing in the past in the United Kingdom. I've climbed Ben Nevis, Scaffold Pike, and Snowdon a couple of times. I've done Scaffold Pike twice. Out of all of them, Scaffold Pike is my least favorite. It's a very rocky mountain, and it's very hard on the knees. When you're taking one step after the other, then it jars the knees and it becomes painful. You become very sore very early on, especially if your muscles aren't really well exercised. Now, I look at the business sometimes as, yes, it might be difficult to build, and sometimes we get disappointed. We have our exciting moments. You prospected somebody and they said they were coming in platinum. Wow. Or maybe they're coming in VIP. Well, you dance for a week. You have the exciting moments, but then you've got the person that you thought was going to be a VIP that came in as a Q Silver. I never recruited again, never brought in anybody else. Or you got that person who you expected to be a team lead, and all they did was recruit themselves, or they signed themselves up and did absolutely nothing. Never even did a repeat order. So, we've got the highs and the lows. And what about that person that you wanted to bring in and you spent so many hours prospecting and you thought it was going to happen, and they never came in at all. You just wasted your time. But you didn't, because that was training. So, this is you just putting one foot in front of the other, no matter how painful it is. No matter how painful your knees feel, you are putting one foot in front of the other. And whether you like it or not, as long as you continue to do that and you don't stop, you will get to the top of the mountain. If you continue to put one foot in front of the other. This is how I climb those difficult mountains. I just tell myself, as long as I continue to put one foot in front of the other, which is basically one step at a time, you will get to the top. It might take you a bit longer than everybody else. Okay? Don't worry about that. You just need to get to the top. When you get to the top, the same view that the person that got there before you saw, you will see that view. The view is for everybody from the top. Okay? The view cannot be taken away. When you get to the top of the mountain, you will see that view. And nobody will take that memory away from you. Nobody will take that sight away from you. Nobody will take that experience away from you. So keep on climbing. Now, for me, it took me 5 years to become a star director in Longrich. That's a long time. Most people take about 3, and we've got some people who did it in 11 months. Charles Tambo did it in 11 months.
Charles Tambo, yeah.
They did it in 8 months. Wow. She got a call from headquarters in China. Nobody had ever become a star director in 8 months. So, some people are really quick. They work hard and they got there quicker. And some of us just plodded. Just kept on doing one foot in front of the other. We just plodded on. And then we got there. And the view was there and we saw it. It was absolutely incredible. Wow, this is it. It was good. It was a nice view when we get there. So keep on plodding. If you're plodding, keep on. You will get there. If you're not plodding, if you're moving with speed, I wish you well. Very well done. Keep on going. Okay? Don't forget to recharge your batteries as you go.
Wow. Very, very exciting. Oh, thank you so much, Matt, for that, words of encouragement as well. So, Matt, I will be rounding up shortly because I wouldn't want to take too much of your time as well. The last question that I'm going to ask you, Matt, having come this far, if you were to put something in your gratitude journal, what would that be? What are things that you're actually, grateful for, looking back, looking back.
Okay, so we're talking about this business. We're not talking about life. We're talking about what I'm grateful for in the business, right?
In the business, and
Okay.
also both the two go together, I think.
The two go together. Okay, all right. Well, I'm thankful for my faith. I'm a Christian, and I believe that my faith has helped me a lot in this business. So at moments when I was low, when I felt low, there were times that I was under attack. My personality, my character was under attack. I held on to God, you know, and I held on to my integrity and just believed that God will help me fight those battles. And He did. He always comes through. He did. I was quiet, I watched and I waited, and He came through for me. So I'm very, very grateful for that. Because yes, I've been attacked one way or the other, for the position that I hold as company director of Longrich UK. Some people weren't happy about that. They didn't want an African, apparently, to be a country director of Longrich UK. I don't know why, but well, that was their choice. So yes, my character was under attack. But I came up smelling of roses because I wasn't hiding anything. I was just helping the company to build. I was just doing my job. I was doing the job and making sure that things got done, even though it was taking time. Okay? So I'm grateful for my faith that helped me to stand my ground. I was really encouraged by the Lord at the time. He would show me one or two things, and I'd just be encouraged again. Just keep on trudging along. Okay, like I said, I plot. Then I'm very grateful for life. I'm grateful for the opportunity that Longrich has afforded me financially to be a blessing to various people around me. I'm grateful for life. Very, very grateful for life. I'm grateful for various changes in my life that Longrich has allowed me to enjoy. Longrich is a social platform. I've met incredible people in Longrich. I'm very grateful to my upline who introduced me to the business and all the incredible people I've met in the business. I mean, I've got an accountability partner. She's not even within my team, but we get along fine. I have people that I mentor as well. I'm not mentoring any more people. I've got my people that have joined my team. I've got to know very well. I didn't know them before from Adam, but now we're good friends. So I thoroughly enjoy not just the business, but the social aspect of it as well. Because I'm a social being. I like to talk to people. I also am grateful for the opportunity to be able to train people to be financially independent through their income that they earn in Longrich. So, being able to be a blessing and show people this is how you do it. This is how you do it. This means this. This means that, and these are the implications of this and that. I enjoy teaching. So when I'm training in Longrich, I'm just having a great time. So Longrich allows me to exercise my hobby, which is teaching. So it's a platform that allows me to teach. I'm grateful for that. So I try and do as much of that as I can, and I thoroughly enjoy it. It gives me a big buzz to teach and train. So Longrich has done very many things for me. I'm very, very grateful for. I'm grateful for the Chairman Zoo, who had a vision and wanted his brand to be known around the world, and decided to introduce the world to his brand through a network marketing platform called Longrich Science International. Very, very grateful for that. Okay. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, man. Wow.
Thank you for the opportunity.
It's been a wonderful time to have you around to speak to us and to share your success stories, and the ups and downs, and the good times, and the other time as well. But yes, it's all about apart from the earnings and the rewards and all that, because I know that we've actually read it in your profile. So much blessings. So at the end of the day, it's all about transforming lives, helping other people, impacting lives. Being a blessing to other people. When God is blessing us, and we thank God for this wonderful opportunity that God has brought our way, and we know the best is yet to come. So, Ma, I am so glad, and I did not take this your invitation for granted. Thank you so much,
Thank
for
you.
creating time out of your tight schedule to be with us and to enlighten us, to educate us, to share your journey with us. So I'm highly grateful. Thank you so much, Matt.
Thank you so much for having me.
We
I've had a
really
good time here tonight.
yes, Matt.
My
So
regards to all the team members that are watching.
thank
Thank you for listening.
thank you so much, Matt. Thank you so much, Matt. All right, so we've come to the end of the program tonight. So really appreciate you, Matt. Bye bye, Matt.
Good night.
Good night.
Good morning, Longrich. Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Good morning all the time. Okay. Bye, Matt.